So you may not recognize these as potatoes, but this is my husband's patch of potatoes, and today I'm going to show you how we dig them up and how they grow. So this is the top part, and it's starting to yellow out, so it's telling us that they're starting to ripen up and get ready. New potatoes are a real treat though, so if I'm a little bit too early, I don't mind, because we can have some for dinner tonight. So the main thing is take a shovel, you go down deep, because those tubers, those potatoes, are down under the soil. I don't want to hit them with my shovel. So I'm going to dig them up, and it's one of the things I love about growing potatoes is it's so much fun to see what you get. This is a great one. We got some, you can really see, here's the plant, here's the mulch, here's the soil, and here are potatoes underneath. So let's see what we have. I'm going to loosen the soil up. You can really see here how it's growing. So this was actually what we call the seed potato. This was the first thing that was planted. See how it looks different from the other? This was the original piece, and we planted that in the ground a few inches below the soil. And then the little side potatoes grow from there. So you can see here's it's called a stolon. It's actually a part of the stem, and it grows kind of horizontally in the soil. And at the end, the new potato will form. So on this clump I've got here, I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 4 that are still attached, and I'm sure there are probably a few more down in the soil that I still need to dig out from this spot. That's my first haul here, and I'm going to put this off to the side. The tops I will compost. They're not any use for anything at all. And so then I just need to put the ones I want to keep, all these nice, my harvest, I'm going to put right over here, and then I'm going to dig and see what else I can find in this one spot. This is a really fun thing to do with kids. They just can't get over that all these things are hidden down in the soil underneath these plants. If you want to get your kids to eat more vegetables, get them out in the garden and have them help you participate in harvesting the vegetables, and they can't wait to get in the kitchen and try them and see what they taste like. It's been really dry lately, and it's hard to imagine after that wet spring we had that our gardens could actually be suffering for lack of water, but they are. If you look around and look at how the leaves look on the plants, they can really give you a clue as to how they're doing. Anything that you care about, like the crops you're trying to grow, you got to make sure they get enough water. We have a limited well where we live here, and I really have to ration the water and be careful which crops are getting it and to time it so that the well has time to refill before I water again. I gave this a good soaking 3 days ago, and I had to leave the sprinkler on I put the sprinkler on a concentrated section of this garden for about 45 minutes so that the water had time to move down through the soil layer, because the roots go down deep and you need to get the water down to where the roots are. But if you look at the soil, that is beautiful. It's dark. And one way to test the soil moisture is if you make a ball. And see how I can make a ball and yet it crumbles apart? That's ideal soil moisture. It's not too wet, it's not too dry. But it's real important that they get sufficient water so that they can produce the tuber that we want for the potato or the cucumber we're looking for or the tomato. There's a lot of water in these plants. Right in the potato itself contains water. So you need to get it to there from your irrigation. Okay, now I'm going to show you my cucumbers and a great way to save space in the garden. So here's my cucumber patch, and they're a lot of fun to grow. All you need to do is set up some simple kind of trellis, plant the plants in a row underneath the trellis, and they really do the rest of the work. They're a vining plant, so they grow in a long vine like this, make their own tendrils all ready to go. You just provide some support and the tendrils grab on, and then the whole crop goes up. This is a variety called Suyo Long that I really like a lot. It kind of has funny looking, sort of crooked, long, skinny, lumpy fruit that tastes delicious. Here's one that's going to be ready in just a couple of days to pick. Here's one that's actually gotten a little bit too long. Cucumbers taste best when they're young and tender. So I hope I inspired you to grow your own cucumbers at home. That's it for this week. I'll see you next time on Today's Gardening.